Boom, boom. This is Ken Rare. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Bleach, Immortal Soul up today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. We do have, we don't have any real major events going on right now. The Karakura Town event has ended, so make sure that you get in there and use up all of the tokens that you have. I just went ahead and purchased a bunch of the actual Omni shards, since really nothing else in there that was tantalizing for me at the moment. All right, so we do have a little mini events up. So, of course, as always, we've got a Gacha Bonanza up and a limited time Gacha rebate. These are in tandem. This part right here resets. You want to make sure that you do pull at least 20 times, okay? Just so you can get all of the Omni shards that come up there at the 20, because that'll allow you to get the Omni shards from there and the Omni shards from right here. So it'll allow you to get 4 Omni shards just by doing the 20. Plus, you of course get Awakening Essence each time you do a 10 pull inside of the Gacha. So go ahead and clear this gold summon out here. Okay, and then we're going to the Gacha. So as you can see, I have 45. So don't have as many as I would normally have, but it should be enough to get the job done. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull 20 here. So there's first 10, of course, got Awakening Essence and some Soul Jade, and then do another one. Okay, got the Awakening Essence, I got some more. I got some Soul Jade, quite of those, quite good. So then you come back and do the, make sure you get this. This, like I say, the Gacha Bonanza, this is going to reset, so. Okay, so we got the 2 Omni shards. That was the goal. The goal is to always get the Omni shards. Okay, and there's the Omni shards. So you see on this, what you want to do, at the end you want to get to 50 pulls total. I just do 20 on the first day, 30 on the second day. Sometimes I'll go for, you know, maybe 60 or something like that, but I generally don't, simply because of the fact that it's really not cost effective. If you do go for 30 on the first one, you can actually get some more of the tokens. But I just do 20 and 30, so I need to see how many I'm going to have for the next one here. So I've got 28. So combined with that, should be able to, you can always get some inside of the shop. Let me see if there's any, keep hitting the wrong button there, any inside of the shop. So we got items right here. Battle Arena. I've got to go ahead and purchase all this stuff too. I always purchase all this stuff each time around, but I can't do it in a Battle Arena because I really don't have a lot left. So right here are some Gacha tokens right here. And as you can see, I can go ahead and purchase a full 10 simply because I've got 157,000. So yeah, just go ahead and snatch those up. So that'll enable me to have more than enough to finish the event. So that's all basically. Season pass going on. You should be roughly at about 20. I got the actual 10 more shards for her today. So, you know, SSR, Unohana. So, you know, not really up my ball of wax. So, but she's a pretty good character if you want to look, if you're willing to spend a little bit of money to actually get the awakening weapons and stuff that's needed for them. I've just been focusing on bringing everything up to 2. You know, you've got the stages, the elite stages go through, and you've also got the, you know, you should be doing these on a daily basis, which is the extreme challenge. And this is just focused, you know, this just focuses on each of the actual team. You know, it's like all tortoises, all birds, you know, all tigers, all dragons. So, you know, I like to focus a little bit on this to keep my teams up. So that I can continue to advance through it. So it's something like right now we're in a bit of a downtime in terms of events. There's going to be a new character coming here pretty soon. I'm not going to partake in that. I'm just going to continue to save up my Soul Jade until the next Soul Box event comes along, and hopefully it will be a Soul Box that is useful to me, so that I can actually, you know, partake in it. But right now I'm just going to be saving that. So what I do in the off time is I bring everything up that's based on my team. So what I do is I go into each of my squads. Okay, inside the Extreme Challenge. I can't open it because it's not there, but I'll go in each of this and I'll look at the characters that I've got in here for my team. So my team right here is these guys right here. Okay, so I know that I need to, uh, now Karakura, Sassy, so I'll focus on all of these characters, and I'll bring them up and make them a lot stronger so that I can progress through, the game, and continue to get because you get good rewards inside of this. At 190, I'm going to get 3 more Omni shards, so you can see that there is good stuff inside of here. So you don't want to neglect that. So you want to make sure that you have a team of 6 of each of the type of from each of the soul halls, which is the tortoise, black tortoise, vermilion bird, white tiger, and azure dragon. You want to make sure that you have one of each. And the extreme is just your whole team, as you know. So that's just your basic team. Use your best team for that, and you'll be okay. But you want to make sure that you do that, just because it gives you good rewards. So I do like to focus on that a little bit. Haven't focused on it quite as much as I should. I have been. Did have a little bit of problem on the dragon. I got to like 220 on the dragon, and that was really really hard. It was just Eisen, and he would immediately he had 99,999 initiative, so he got to go first, and he raged immediately. Okay, took out 2 people. Then I got it down to about a little less than a quarter health, and then he went again and raged and killed everybody. So that didn't go very well. It took me a while to get past that, but I finally did. And then Tiger, I'm up on that one too. I just recently beat the Tiger, and the Tiger they had a team up that had some white Ichigos in it, and he was raging on me. And starting to take my teams out before basically it came down to the point where you just have to last a little bit longer to get past it, and eventually as you start building up your team you will do that. So I was able to pass it like that. So the easiest way is just focus on those 6 characters for each of your teams, and that's what you could do in the downtime, because we have not gotten the new story. We're still waiting for 28 to come along so we can start increasing our mats and whatnot. So we're basically on hold until that happens. Hopefully it'll happen sometime this spring. But right now there's just not development going on in the game. It's pretty much just extremely quiet, almost dead-like at this point. I mean, we had the Soulbox event last week for Chat Now, and it's right, which is nice because going back to some of the original characters that hadn't been spaced around in a while, and then we had the Karakura Town event afterwards. So, but right now we're just in between something, so we should have something. Something should be popping up here after this closes out. We'll probably see another event come up. I hope it'll be a treasure trial event, because I need to get some more shards for sure, so I can finish up my one of the War Souls that I'm working on, War Soul Tide. So I need some shards for him to do that, and I don't want to use Omni shards because I want to use my Omni shards to finish up bringing 4-star Halloween Nemu up to 4-star. And I'm going to need a little bit of of shards to do that. I'm going to need 71. I'm at like 40 something. I think I'm at 47. How many am I at? 70. So I'm almost there actually. Oh, that's right. I did I purchased. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I had 45, and then I had 47 actually, and then I purchased a bunch out of the shop. So that's why I've now got 70. So I'm almost close. I'll be able to bring her up to 4-star. And that should help out. Immensely, because that'll give you a passive. 4-star activates the passive, which is what makes the characters pretty strong. We're never going to start doing some playing around with her just to see if she's actually worth it. I've already worked up her. Initiative pretty high. As you can see, I'm already up to initiative of 151 on her, so she's ready to go. I just need to get her up to that 4-star. And then after that, after taking her to 4-star, I've got all my main team up to 6 stars. So for the time being, there's not going to be much that's going to happen in that. So I'll bring her up to 4-star, and then I'll just start focusing on getting enough shards to get waking up her war souls. Okay, and I'm also got some, a few other things in mind for some of the others. I've already uh, got to unlock this world, so I'm gonna have to get a little bit of Omni shards for him as well too. So that's what I'll be doing is some of these secondary characters that I'm really haven't had a chance to open up the second war soul on. Okay, I've got to do this one too, but I actually can unlock that one right there. Yeah, so that's where we're going to be in terms of that. I want to get the war souls open so I can start applying them because that just puts a base strength on these characters because these characters are in the extreme battle. These characters are being used, so I need to get them a little bit stronger so I can advance through. Advancing through will get me access to the Omni shards as well as higher up in there because you can get like 5, 6, 7 Omni shards when you start getting up in there. And then it's just a matter of waiting for that story to come out so we can start advancing everything. But until then, that's what I've been doing, just sort of busy work. So it really hasn't taken much. Like today, I logged in for I could do the dailies in about 35-40 minutes without much of a problem. It's just quick stuff, get them in there, do everything. Got it down to a science right now. Then that's what I'll continue to do until they have some updates on the game. But right now, there's really not much going on in terms of anything that's exciting, unfortunately. Right, yeah, I'm almost finished with. I'm just working on her equipment, as you can see. It's a little bit slow bringing up the equipment because a lot of this stuff does not have. You don't have the mats because the mats that you get inside the bags and stuff are sort of commiserate with what your level is. So I'm getting mats like when I get to the prism, when I get up to the end of the green here towards the prism, I'll be like the last 2 levels to take a. Once I get a character to green 5 and I go prism 1, prism 2, I do it instantly because I've got a bunch of mats for those because that's where all the mats that you get inside of all your packets and stuff basically have a lot of those particular mats in them, so you're able to move fairly quick through those last ones. But haven't been getting mats for these things in a long time, so these particular levels. So I have to really just pretty much do them from scratch. You don't get them very often, so it's not that big of a deal. It just makes things a little bit slow. That's why I like with the new character. Packs that they have, you can get them all the way up to all the way up to Prism Blue. They'll give you the mats to do that inside of the event, which is pretty nice. So I have to just wait for a day. I'm not gonna because I ran out of drawings. I'm not gonna purchase any. I'm not gonna use the soldier to do that. I'll just wait till tomorrow. It's not fancy that I have it today. Yeah, we can't advance any of this stuff, but I do have some of the mats already set up for it, so it won't be too bad. But yeah, once I start getting like 4 and 5 green, then it'll be really quick because a lot of them I won't even have to do anything. I'll just be able to immediately enhance them up. So yeah, then I'm just going to jump after I finish her. I'm going to jump down and start focusing on Yamamoto because he's in my dragon team, and then I'm going to start focusing on after he's done. I max out. I'll get him up to Prism Blue 2 character level, and I'll get his equipment up to Prism 2, and then I'll do Shinji, and then Sunsui or Yoraku, and I'll just keep going right down through, making sure that I focus on characters that are actually being used. But I really don't have much of a plan at this point to bring up any of the older characters, because none of them are really to the point where they're useful at this point. Just the ones that are inside of my extreme battle teams are the ones I'm focusing on right now. And it's a lot of characters. I mean, that's 4. You got 4 soul halls, so you're gonna have 6 in each. So that's 24 characters. So basically, you have 24 characters, and that should be where you are focusing your time during these lulls in events. Is on those 24 characters, so you can progress through and get the rewards that come with it and the Omni shards that come with it. So those are the ones you should focus on. So yeah, top 24, 6 out of each of your soul halls. My soul hall is done. Okay, my soul hall is completely maxed out. I have no more to do in terms of soul halls. All these are maxed. Okay, so at this point I have 495, but I don't have anything to spend them on because yeah, everything's completely maxed out. Yeah, so maybe maybe when they do an update to the game, they'll come out with some new soul holes. But at this point, Nothing in terms of the soul halls. Right now, we do have the relics we can focus on. They gave us a bunch of new relics. I've sort of been focusing on air cores a little bit, and I've been focusing finishing up Yoku just for the block because it's a little bit better defense. Yeah, so yeah, we're just waiting. We're in a little bit of a lull right now. So make sure that you do hit this and use all of your coins to get what you need out of here before it closes out. Because like I say, you don't use them, you lose them. And then when the next event comes out, we'll talk a little bit about it and show what it is. But I'm hoping it'll be a treasure child because I do need those Shiro shards. I have been able to complete all of the. I've completed all of the treasure trials except for one. I think it was like the second or third treasure trial. I'm serious. The team that I was going up against was virtually identical to my team. Just to show you how that's the team that they were using against me. And it was on the last, and I couldn't. It was my team, but my team with about 200 more thousand BP. You know, and it was close. I mean, it was really close, but I just couldn't quite knock out that last one, so I didn't get that. And it seems like they use that a lot. I noticed in the last team, you're always seeing Tensa Zangetsu. They usually have Dangai Ichigo in there. They usually have Sazi in there as well. The one that I lost to actually had White Ichigo in there as well. Okay. And they had an Aizen in there and a Farragon in there, I believe is what it was. So they were heavy on the tanks, and I just couldn't quite get over it. You know, those levels are exceedingly, they're very high level. Treasure Child is a high level event. You need to have a pretty tough team to be able to get through it. But you should go as far as you can. But because the rewards that you get for clearing it are immense, you get a bunch of shards, SS shards, and also a bunch of SSR weapon shards as well too. You can actually almost create an entire weapon for an SSR character. In my case, Base Ichigo, because I'm still using him for some stuff. You can get enough to virtually create a weapon just from that treasure trial. So that's why it's a high level event, because the rewards are really great. But you should always be focusing on it, because even if you can't defeat it, each of those levels that you clear, if you can get the silver and the gold and silver chests along with that, you can get a bunch of materials. I'm serious, like 100 materials are in one of those packets. So it's really definitely worth it to actually just do it as far as you can. Yes, I know the BPs, you seem astronomical. It's a high level team, but you get the initiative, and that's the key. Because you get the initiative, you get to go first, and that's why I'm able to clear it, is because I'm able to kill 3 or 4 of them before they even have a chance to attack me. So I'm not getting raged on or attacked by 6. I'm getting attacked by 3 or 4, and I can survive that with my War Soul of Healing, and then I knock them out on the next round. So that's the key. Yeah, if they had the initiative, I probably wouldn't be able to get halfway through before I'd be dead. But because we have the initiative, we get to go first. So if you don't have a super strong team, you might just want to focus on dragon characters. What you should do with your dragons is make sure that all of your dragon characters have this particular right here. The wars go into the War Soul. Make sure that this is maxed out. Okay, so it recovers 400 rage when battle begins. This means that, so if you have, just say, like I have three dragons in my back, all 3 of my, they all rage immediately. Okay, and because you have the initiative, that means you get 3 rages of your 3 strongest characters right off the bat. Usually you can take out 1 or 2 characters. I usually take out 3 or 4. So then I'm only being attacked by a couple, 3 or 4 back. So that's the way you're able to advance. So for all of your dragons, make sure you do focus on this War Soul and max it out. That should be the first thing that you max out on any of your characters, is that top right there, because yeah, that's very important. I've got to max hers out. But she's not the 4-star yet. But yeah, you should just max these out. I've got, like I said, I've got 140. I've got thousands of these. So, it's it's not really that big of a deal. I just you do your mats every day. You'll get it up, uh, and that's maxed out. So yeah, always make sure that you max this out because this can be this recovers 96 rage from each incoming attacks. This makes them do a little bit faster, and so when you get to by the time that you get the character to 4-star, you should not be using a character unless you're new to the game until it's at least 4-star, because the 4-star is when the passive activates. Okay, this unlocks a 4-star. You need this passive. A character's basically not very useful because until they get their passive, and that's what this is 4 stars, the passive. So using them before that is really not that big of a deal. You could use them, you could put them in like the support in arena and stuff because they still do have their rage. The rage comes on it too, but the rage usually isn't really strong either until the passive is activated because it usually assists in the rage. But yeah, so just make sure that you do fasten that out. And if you have dragons, you could attack first and maybe knock out 2 or 3, which allows you to survive their response, and then you go again, and you can usually finish the match. At least that's the way it goes for me. I usually get to the. I usually take out in 2 strikes the first 2 stages. Okay, I think it's like, yeah, I think it's what is it? Is it 7 or 8 stages? I think it's like 7 or 8 stages each in each level. And I'm usually pretty much towards the end of the second level, but up until that time, it's pretty much just 2 or 3 strikes. I hit them with the rage, kill most of them. They hit back. And then usually I kill most of them. Maybe 1 or 2 will be left, but if they are, they're just really small, just a little bit of health left. And then I'm able to, because my second attack is the rages of the ones who didn't rage on the initiative first attack. So I have 2 rounds of rages, so I can usually eliminate most of them out within that 2 strike. A few might straggle. Some of the tanks, or the ones, or Sassy, for instance. Sassy will heal himself. So things like that can, of course, make it a little bit difficult. But yeah, that's the best way I've found to do it, and that should be beneficial. In terms of the treasure trial. So when the treasure trial comes out, I'll show you a few of the actual, we'll do a few of the levels together, and I'll just show you how my team functions. It's a pretty good team, and I know it's a good team because that's the team that the devs, this is pretty much the team that the dev are using on the last level of the treasure trial to go against. It usually always has Tensei Zangetsu, Dengai, and Sassy. And a lot of times I have seen White Ichigo in it, I've seen Iroquois in it, and I've seen White Full Hollow Ichigo in it as well. Okay, so that it usually so I can tell this is a pretty good composite team because this is what the devs make one of the final levels, similar to what the devs put on the final level of the treasure trial. So that should tell you how well rounded that type of team is. So if you're someone new into the game, you might want to consider focusing on. If you're not going to focus on those particular characters, at least focus on a character that does something similar to them so that you can get a similar result. Okay, so that's all I got for right now. We'll have another video here in a few days once the next event opens up, and we'll have to talk about it. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see that bell. Click on it and you'll get notified each time I do drop a video. And of course, as always, remember to like and share the video. If you do that, it gets shown to more people, which increases the views on the video. So thanks a lot for watching. It's Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.